Mohali muted. So Sarah, you mentioned that John has been unwell since yesterday. Could you give me more detail about his symptoms?
Yes, doctor. Actually, I think that John is suffering from gastroenteritis, and I am really worried about him. He has had diarrhea and 8 to 10 episodes. He also vomited twice. He is urinating regularly, but he's crying a lot, and he has fever and he's coughing. So I'm really worried, and also he has soreness in the nappy area. So that makes me concerned now.
I'm so sorry to hear that John's been unwell, Sarah. Just to make sure that I've understood everything correctly, I'd like to repeat what I've understood. And if I've missed out anything, please feel free to add once I've summarized. So
Yes.
you mentioned that John has had 8 to 10 episodes of diarrhea in the last 24 hours. John has also vomited 2 times. John has had fever and has been crying a lot, obviously due to discomfort. And you've noticed some soreness in the nappy area. Is that
Yes.
correct?
Yes,
Would you
doctor.
like to add any?
No, that's right.
Right. So, based on what you've shared, Sarah, the symptoms are consistent with a condition called gastroenteritis. Now, this is a medical term. I'd like to check if you've heard of this before.
I've just heard of it, doctor, but I really don't know what it is.
Let me explain. This is a stomach infection, and this is very common and is easily treatable. So, you don't need to be concerned or alarmed in any way. What
Okay.
questions do you have at this stage?
I understand, doctor, what you said. It's just I'm really worried that John is becoming dehydrated.
Right, that's a reasonable concern. Well, at the moment, based on the examination, I don't think that John is dehydrated. There are no signs or evidence of dehydration. So we would give symptomatic relief for the conditions that you have shared with me. But I don't think that there's any evidence of dehydration.
Okay, doctor, I understand that. So, is there any medication which will be appropriate right now?
Yes. So I would like to suggest a medication called Gastrolite, and this is available commonly in all pharmacies. This is a saline glucose solution, and this would provide great relief to John.
Okay.
Any questions or concerns that you have till now?
Yeah, doctor, it's just a little bit overwhelming for me. So, can you just repeat it once?
Certainly. And I understand that as a mother, you must be really anxious. I'd like to reassure you this is a common condition, and the treatment that I prescribe, which is Gastrolite, this is a saline glucose solution. This would provide relief from all the symptoms that John is currently experiencing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I understood that.
If it's okay, I'd like to talk about what you very well. So, if it's okay, I'd also like to talk about the diet aspect. Has have you been feeding John since yesterday? Has he been feeding regularly?
Yeah, currently I'm breastfeeding, but I'm just concerned that what shall I give him now and later when the diarrhea has subsided?
I understand. And since you were concerned about dehydration as well, what I would suggest is that you continue breastfeeding more frequently. Now, it is important to note that John may be initially resistant because of the symptoms. So, he may initially be resistant, may refuse food. So, I would like you to try more often and encourage you to feed him more frequently. This would make sure that he's getting adequate nutrition.
Okay.
Hmm. What questions or concerns do you have, Sarah?
No questions, doctor. It's quite clear now.
Okay, lovely. So just to make sure that we're on the same page about what we've discussed, could you repeat to me what you've understood and about the next steps?
Yes, doctor, you told me that currently I need to just give him Castrolite, which is a saline glucose solution, and it will be available in the pharmacies. And other than that, I need to continue breastfeeding. Yes, he may be in reluctant in the beginning, but later on he'll be fine with it. To provide the appropriate nutrition, I'll continue the breastfeeding now.
Absolutely. So I'll write your prescription for Gastrolite now. And if there are any concerns that you can think of later, if there are any questions on your mind, you can always reach out to us.
Okay, doctor, thank you.
Thank you.